I'm not here to show you my Lamborghini. Why not? Because I drive a Chevy Sonic. And if you're one of my people, you don't care what I drive. And I have no fake masculinity to compensate for. I'm here for other reasons. Because number one, I don't think I'm alone in my desire to reach escape velocity from the biweekly paycheck and from a limited life, or my desire to build a generational legacy for my family while making a future that is better than any memory of the past. And to do it without insane levels of risk that could only be considered gambling. So if you're looking for this kind of pornography, you can just click off, and I bid you good day. Still here? Then you might be a late bloomer. It's never too late to build a blindingly bright future. If you feel the same, this is where we hang. We owe the people we'll be leaving behind on this increasingly chaotic planet a solid life GPS so that they can navigate what they'll face in the coming decades. They will know who we are, and they will not be able to claim we didn't leave them with a full set of working tools. But we need to acquire these tools. We need to use them, and then we need to pass them along in clean and sharp condition. Now, you may very well have a great sense of accomplishment for what you've done in your life, but let me ask you, have you got more in the tank? Have you maxed out? Or is there something still untapped, way down deep?
I don't know, there's still some stuff in the basement.
Do you feel like you still need to reach for the full bloom of your creative and financial potential? Well then, that desire was placed there for a good reason, and you are now accountable before God to make it happen without further delay. This will mean a level of discipline and commitment unlike anything you've done before. The person you are right now cannot do it. That person can start, but that person cannot finish. You need to become the next level. You need to become a new person. A person who doesn't compromise on what matters, who keeps going no matter how you feel about it in the moment. A person who doesn't quit despite the inevitable, blindsiding obstacles and inconveniences that constantly crop up. Now let's connect this mindset with money, because they are inextricably linked. A big part of blooming late for me is learning how to take an itty-bitty bit of money and making it big. Now, I'm not talking about FDIC insured accounts here. Making small money big over time requires having the risk of an ownership interest in one or more businesses. My chosen business is trading shares in other people's businesses, trading stocks and options. That's right, my business. It's not a game, and it's not my hobby. I have invested hundreds of hours into learning this craft, and I'm off to a solid start. I feel strongly that by documenting my journey, teaching what I've learned, I'll be able to crystallize my own knowledge and experience and help others at the same time. The more, the merrier. Let me be clear about who I see as my audience. I have nothing for sale right now, and I refuse to sell anything to anybody until I am confident that the product's value is at least 10 times what I would ask for it. No compromises there. You are here on the ground floor, and I'm not kidding. I'm nobody's guru right now, but I am capable of helping people who are now where I was just a year ago. I know that what I can offer as a free community service has value to the right people right now. My ideal viewer is Generation X and those in that demographic neighborhood. You've got a financial nest egg, maybe even one you're confident will see you through a comfortable retirement, however you define that. But you'd like it to be more, and you're not satisfied with the math you've seen about its potential growth over the next 10 to 20 years, or the risk exposure you may be taking in exchange for that growth. Maybe you've had some challenges or setbacks that have taken bites out of this nest egg, or maybe you're just worried that there will be bites taken out of it before you're ready in the future. You don't need to feel that anxiety. You don't want to feel that anxiety. What you want is confidence that you're going to have enough and some left over. You want to help future generations of your family, and you feel good about doing that. As a central point of this video, I'd like to ask you a question. It's a very specific, very personal question, and it sets the tone for what we'll be doing on this channel. The question is this. We know that adversities tend to come in threes. So let's imagine that in the next month, these three things happen to you. First, a big windstorm blows half the shingles off the roof of your house, and the whole thing needs to be replaced immediately. The very next week, your car breaks down, and it's the transmission. $1,500, says your most trusted, smiling mechanic. 2 weeks after that, your central AC unit goes out, and it's 100 degrees outside. Replace or roast? $10,000. Sound crazy? If you're a Gen Xer, you've been around long enough to know that this is not that much of a stretch. These things can and do happen, and they tend to clump up on us. Now, if you rent your primary residence and you may be thinking, those disasters don't really apply to me, I would invite you to be creative and think about some disasters that do apply to you. It can't be that hard. My question for you is this. Are you forced into debt by this situation, or can you take care of it from liquid assets? Just let that marinate in your cerebral cavity for a minute. Let me be the first to admit that I have taken out loans or pulled out a credit card to handle such disasters in the past, and it felt like a punch in the gut every single time. So if your answer is, there is no universe in which I'd be able to come up with that much cash in a single month, don't feel lonely. But you do need to know that if that's your answer, you're not close to a viable retirement and you're nowhere near financial freedom. Don't let anyone sell you a plan based on fixed monthly income, especially if it's less than what you're bringing home now. One of my objectives with this channel is to address these situations head on and help put you in a place where you can take care of it. This is a chart of the price performance of the S&P 500 since 1985. It's an index of the 500 largest and most successful U.S. companies. Investing here is in effect putting your eggs in 500 different baskets at once. Notice the overall trend. With some notable exceptions, the value is charging uphill. In fact, any money you had here on or before March 2020, at the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic, has more than doubled in value. And if you'd invested during the global financial crisis, say in 2008, well, obviously you'd be looking very smart today. Unfortunately, a lot of people sold their shares out of fear during these dips, and they now look like idiots. This is the closest thing we have to the great American gravy train. And if you're not invested in it, if I might mix in just one more metaphor, you're missing the gravy boat. It's safe to say that money parked here over a long time horizon has historically done very well. But this isn't all you can do. This is just one of the many diversified ways to make money in today's stock market. Before you go off dumping all your money in any one investment vehicle, there's so much more you should know. If you're still here, thank you, whatever your age, whatever your life situation. This channel was meant for those who want to make the next phase of their lives the best phase, and everyone else can just go off and entertain themselves watching other people live their highest dreams. A couple more important things. Please subscribe to this channel and sign up for the Late Bloomers email newsletter linked to in the description below. Since this is meant to be a community, your comments on this video are encouraged and appreciated. My name is Mike, and I'm still here. I'm here for you. Hang with me, and we'll learn a few new things and share some good times together. Until the next one, I'm out.